Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of BTB RV Rants. Let's dive straight into the questions. So the first question comes from a viewer who is contemplating a Colorado pickup truck with a 7,000 pound tow capacity and a 1,525 pound payload capacity. Basically, he plans on hauling a trailer that weighs roughly 5,500 pounds fully loaded, as well as all the cargo that he has equaling roughly 1,200 pounds. Now what I don't know is if he included the tongue weight of the trailer into his 1,200 pound cargo that he plans on loading into the truck. If that's the case, then you're definitely going to be well above the payload capacity of the Colorado, because you're going to have roughly 550 to 650 pounds worth of tongue weight added to the 1,200 pounds of cargo that you plan on putting in the back of the Colorado. Now, if you factored both the tongue weight of the trailer as well as your cargo capacity into that 1,200 pounds, then you probably are going to be okay, but you want to make sure that you have a very high quality weight distribution hitch setup, and it's set up perfectly, that you have followed the instructions and you have really made sure that the entire hitch and weight distribution system is working properly. So the next question comes from a viewer asking if a weight distribution hitch reduces the tongue weight and thus reducing the payload of the truck. Now, those are really two different things. Basically, you have a truck that has a maximum payload capacity of 1,985 pounds and a trailer with an 1,100 pound tongue weight. If you use a weight distribution hitch properly, it's distributing the weight to different parts of your truck and trailer load. So in reality, what's happening is you're either shifting or moving that weight, but not totally eliminating or reducing it. It is removing some of the weight off of the hitch, but it's transferring it to the front of the truck or even to parts of the trailer. And that's where you have to be careful, and that's one of the main reasons why you need to set up a weight distribution hitch properly, because you need to keep in mind where that weight is being transferred to. If it's being transferred to the front of the truck, or if it's being removed from the front of the truck or transferred to the back of the trailer, that could also cause its own set of issues. So it's very important to set it up properly and to make sure you're transferring the weight to the right part of the truck or the trailer whenever you're adjusting your weight distribution setup. Now, the next question is from a viewer who is having an issue with his battery dying while they travel. Basically, when they're on a longer trip, the travel trailer battery dies and it basically shuts the inverter down, so there's no more power going to the residential refrigerator that they have. The reason why you're having this issue is because the 7-way connector between the truck and the trailer is not providing enough current to keep your house battery charged enough to power the inverter, which in turn powers your refrigerator. So what you would need to do is add a system to your truck or trailer called a redarc. And essentially what it is it pulls current directly off of the battery out of your truck, or solar option, whatever you have in place, and it charges the battery inside of your trailer to almost full capacity. It's designed to prevent your car battery or your truck battery from dying or from being too depleted because of the house battery, and it's also designed to pull first from a solar option if you have one. What it really does is it provides the right amount of current to properly charge your house battery without draining your vehicle battery, but still pulling current from your vehicle battery. So it's a really cool solution. I actually have one. I haven't installed it yet, and I'm still trying to wait for the right time to install it, because it's a pretty in-depth installation in terms of where you need to run it inside of your vehicle, how you need to run the power cable, what size power cable you need, and I'll probably end up installing it at some point in the future, but it's a really good solution for the challenge that you're having. So the next question is from a viewer who's asking, if you purchase your trailer out of state, or your RV, whatever you plan on buying out of state, how do you handle the registration for your home state? Now, this is something I have personal experience with, because we purchased a travel trailer from an RV dealership that was out of state. And basically what they did was they charged us for the registration, but then they sent us a check that we could then take to our local courthouse and pay for the registration. Now, that's not going to be the case all the time. So you may have a dealership that simply won't charge you registration in that specific state that they're in, and when you get your trailer, it's up to you to take it to your specific tax office to pay your registration for your home state. But that's going to vary by dealership, and some dealerships will try to help you out and allow you to finance part of that registration amount, so they can send you a check back and you essentially have a lump sum you can take to pay for your registration, because registration on a trailer can be pretty expensive. All that being said, your taxes and your registration are the responsibility of you. So whether your dealership gives you the funding to do that based on, how much you pay for your trailer, or you have to do it yourself out of pocket, you need to take your trailer, or you need to take the information for your trailer to your local courthouse or wherever you have to take it in your city to register it and pay the taxes locally if you are buying your trailer out of state. So the next question is from a viewer who wants to know what the best cleaning solution is to clean the rubber roof on their travel trailer, because there's so many on the market. In my opinion, I just recommend using Dawn. It is probably the least aggressive detergent that you can use on the roof of your RV without causing any type of damage. Clean it just like a car. I just put a little bit of Dawn in a bucket full of water and scrub it just like I would a car and rinse it off with a typical hose. So the next question is from a viewer who's asking me for some clarification. He has a 2012 F-250 Super Cab 4-wheel drive truck with a 6.7 liter Power Stroke. According to the door sticker, he has a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,000 pounds and a curb weight of 8,650 pounds, leaving 1,350 pounds for cargo. Now, he's asking if that is what he can put on the back of his truck in terms of fifth wheel pin weight, and that is absolutely not what you can put on the back of your truck. A fifth wheel is generally going to have upwards of 1,300 plus pounds worth of pin weight. If you put that on the back of your truck, you will completely wipe out your truck's entire cargo capacity, leaving no room for people or cargo that you might bring with you in the truck. Basically, that 1,350 pounds needs to incorporate your fifth wheel plus anything in the vehicle. So, in my opinion, I really wouldn't recommend hauling a fifth wheel with your truck. You're not going to have the cargo capacity to support it. In my opinion, you're probably set up better for a travel trailer, simply because you can find a travel trailer with roughly an 800 or 900 pound tongue weight, and it's going to leave you enough room for whatever you plan on carrying in the truck itself in terms of people and payload. So the next question is from a viewer asking what my opinion is of Dexter Easy Lube axles. In his own research, he says that half the people he's seen loves them, and the other half say don't use them because you could blow out your rear bearing seal. In my opinion, I think they are very good axles. I think that the Easy Lube Zerk gives you a quick way to make sure that there's grease inside of your bearings, and for the most part, I've never had an issue with them. So in my opinion, I do think that they're good. Just be careful that you don't over grease them, but at the same time, be sure that you have greased them and you do maintain them, because they will help keep your bearings from wearing out prematurely. So that's it for this episode of BTB RV Rants. If you haven't had a chance, please subscribe to this channel as well as my main channel, Big Truck Big RV. Guys, I will talk to you again very soon.